Hey guys, welcome back. So we're going to continue on with our machine work for the Machinist vise here for the What's in Your Toolbox Toolmakers collaboration. So this will be starting the second episode here, and in the first episode you see me get the block milled down square, and I made one final cut on that off camera that I didn't show you, but we've got it 2 7/8 by 2 3/4 plus 10 thousandths for all the final grinding at the end. Okay, so what we're going to do here, I've got an 1 1/4 end mill holder mounted into the head, and I've got a roughing end mill in here, and what I'm going to do is get the end squared up now. Now that we've got the block square, it's sitting down flat in the vise, we're going to run across there, and what I really like about this is that I've got power feed. You know, all my other mills I ever use, I have to sit here and I have to hand crank this Y-axis whenever I'm running across like that. So now we got power feed, and I don't have to do that. So we're gonna see how well that works. That rough and end mill is just wide enough to cut that, and I'm just gonna use that to rough it in. And then I found one cutter right here that I can use to finish it, but it's used. I don't know how well these flutes are. They feel a little bit rough, but I need a good end mill like this that I can run across there and put a nice finished pass across it. But I'm going to continue looking. I got another drawer over there with some end mills in it, and I might find another one. But so we got this one here. So that's where we're at, is getting it squared up, and I'm hoping by the time I get that done, I just found out that I'm missing some dimensions on the drawing. Didn't realize it until the day I started studying it, trying to get my coordinates set, and found out that I didn't know how far where the fixed jaw is. I'm missing a dimension that shows me how far down I got to mill it. So I'm working on that. I got a couple of guys looking at it, and they're going to get back with me and see if we can get that figured out real soon. So let's go ahead and get this little bit of side milling done, and I'll take some video of it, show you how it's working. And again, we're going to be using the Noga Mini Cool to cool our cutter there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start the first cut. I've touched off. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it in 50 thousandths. I've got approximately 3/16 to take off the total width. Okay, that's 50. Lock the table here. Get some mist going. And we're going to use our power feed. Here we go. Oh yeah, man, it's doing good. That cut like it was nobody's business. Now, of course, that wasn't really a whole lot. That was 50 thousandths, but you know, do something like that on like a little Bridgeport, and you're asking for a headache. So that did pretty good. Let me go ahead and need to take this one out. I'm gonna put a finishing mill in there, and we'll try to get a good finishing cut across there. Okay, I got that 6 flute 1.5 inch finishing mill in there. Let's make a cut with it and see how it looks. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and touch off, and then we'll just move it in, say about 20 thousandths, and make a cut across there. like it's doing better than I thought it was going to. Okay. Yeah, that ain't bad. It's a little more rough here from the wear, but that's going to be fine right there. We'll do a little bit of stoning, a little filing and stoning, kind of blend that together there, because it'll probably be surface ground anyway. Okay, so yeah, that worked good. All right, so I need to flip it around. I'll do some deburring on it, flip it over, clamp it back in, and then we're going to finish it to size. It'll finish at 7 1/16. Okay, we got her flipped around. We got her up on parallels this time because after I get through facing it to the end links that it needs, we're going to put the face mill back in there and we're going to go ahead and rough it down. That's where we'll do a lot of hogging. So let's take another 50 thousandths pass across here. Okay, so we're ready to feed. I really enjoy using a hog mill like this, or a roughing mill. They pull a fine chip off. You can move a lot of metal with them really fast. I can't tell you how much I enjoy having this power feed on the Y-axis, man. This is awesome. Alright, let me take a quick measurement, see where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and get my 7/8 mic out and use it. Okay, 75/85/90. About 90.5. That's with the rough cut there. Okay, so that's less than 30 thousandths to bring it to our finish. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and swap that out. We'll put our finishing mill back in there. All right, just a quick update real quick from my last cut there. I didn't like the way that big mill was finishing the end. There was some ridges in there. So I found this mill, this is a 1 inch, and I went ahead and cleaned the side up with that mill there, and I flipped the block back around again, and I'm gonna clean up that end down there. I still had plenty of metal there to get it clean. There was some wear in the cutter and it was leaving a few little ridges on there, and this one's actually better. It's a regrind. So I'm just taking one light finishing cut across there, okay? That's about what the ridge is equal to, is about 5 thousandths. Makes a nice square cut on the end of it. The machine's doing real good. It's nice and rigid. It's definitely a good thing, you know, when you're on the smaller mills like the Bridgeport or the Dual, you just don't get the same kind of rigidity whenever you're using these type of cutters. There's just a shot of what it looks like cleaning it up. So that's going to be our finished facing cut there. Okay, we got the face mill mounted back up into the spindle here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start roughing all this down and removing a bunch of metal to end up with the fixed jaw on this end of the vise right there. So I'm going to try to step it up, get a little bit more aggressive with the cuts, and increase the feed rate. So probably going to run, I'm going to try about a 1/4 inch depth of cut, and probably a say about 5 inch a minute feed rate. I've really been working some numbers and trying to come up with something that I feel comfortable with. So we're just going to try it and see. Hopefully it'll work out. I think it will. I know the machine can handle it, but it's not the type of milling that I do every day. So I get a little nervous trying to get too aggressive with it. You know, I don't want to kill the job. So anyway, we'll make it happen though. Okay. So let me get this thing fired up. And we got a touch off. We're gonna move. Hold on, let's see. So I'm gonna touch off on this face here, and we're gonna move down 5.7 inches, and then run it across this way, or y-axis, and then that'll leave me approximately 40 thousandths to clean up on the end right there. Okay. Okay. X-axis I've touched off. What I want to do is just set a 0 point. We're going to go to 5.7. Alright, that's close. Well, there you go, 5.7. Let's see. Okay, there's metric. Nearly 145 millimeter. I like going inch though. Okay, so I'm going to set a 0. That'll be my stop point right there. I just set a 1/4 inch depth for my Z. All right, we're going to give that a shot too. Okay, here we go. We're set at 5 inches a minute, 1/4 inch depth to cut. Yeah, see, man, that cutter. I mean, it's handling it, but it just broke one of the inserts. Completely broke the insert. There's no way this shell mill can handle that kind of feed. You see, like this one right here. The backup behind it, you know, the pad is broke out. This thing's been really wore out, so I just can't hog that aggressively with this cutter here. The machine will handle it, but I got to get a better cutter. The 6 inch mill that I got would be ideal, but I don't have an arbor for it, a holder. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to back off on that. So sorry, Brian, man, we can't hog it on this time. Okay, so we're gonna change it up. We're gonna try a real old school here. We've got this 4 inch shell mill that's still in good shape. We're gonna give that a shot and see how it does. We're gonna have to slow things down a little bit, but that's okay. So here's the shell. This is the face mill that I was using, I'm sorry. And you see one of the problems with this is behind the inserts. There's really not a lot of backup on all of them. This thing's been pretty well used, and it's been hammered on pretty bad, and that's the one that pulled out. And I did a quick search. I couldn't find any more inserts, but with the aggressive cut that I'm trying to take right here, I didn't want to go ahead and try this again anyway. So let's try an old school high-speed cutter. So I've got her slowed down. We're running 68 RPM, I think. 65 RPM. We're going to slow the feed rate down, and we're just going to work our way into it and see how it does, okay? Got her slowed down to 2 inches a minute. Let's see how that does. We're going to use some mist coolant on it also. Okay, so far so good. I slowed the feed rate down a little bit. That's 1.4 inches a minute. I'm telling you, that's some pretty tough stuff there. That material, I don't know what alloy that is, but that stuff's pretty tough. You see them chips, man. They're hot. Okay. Well, it handled it. They handled it. It's doing it. So I think we're going to get there with it. You know, I've got the machine pretty well level. I put the levels on the machine and got it, but I am seeing quite a bit of vibration out of it. I don't know if that's normal or what, but I can see the machine kind of moving around a little bit. Let's just keep working it, man. I got to get this metal off here. Okay, we're going to try something different for this next pass. What we're going to do, we're going to use our Y axis. Okay, I'm going to make a pass across this way, and then we'll feed our X down to the shoulder and feed it across that way. Because I just did a cleanup cut across here, you know, to clean the radius up, and it was really beating it hard. So I want to try something different and see if this will work, all right? Okay, that's 1.4 inch a minute. There's 2 inch a minute. See, it really makes a difference.